So the Eagles' schedule is out, and if you listen to the Philly media, you would think the Eagles shouldn't even show up this year. That's how bad they're going to be. I'm not buying it. The one thing I believe, the one thing nobody can convince me otherwise, the one thing is the Eagles will be competitive in this NFC East. 18th pick in the NFL draft.
Hey, make us lunch. We're hungry.
Dallas still stinks. You're right the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you guys are doing well. The schedule came out yesterday. I did a live stream with LB. It was a lot of fun. We kind of went over it, and we had a lot of optimism in our predictions and what we thought. And we're gonna get into that a little more because I kind of want to talk about the schedule and all the things that I've been hearing about the Eagles and how bad they're going to do and all these kind of things. But before I do that, just a quick reminder: Philly 500 Dingbat Nation has invaded TikTok. We've invaded it. I don't know what the hell it is, but I'm over there now. I'm trying to get to at least 1,000 followers. So if you haven't, click the link in the description. Join me over there. We're going to be putting out its own content because you only get like a minute to talk. So I got to say it real quick. Boom. Done. Video done. So what the hell? Why not throw some stuff up there? But we're there, so definitely check it out. Now, when dealing with this schedule and dealing with the Eagles, okay, it's really simple to me, okay? When you look at this schedule and you look at the Eagles, there's a lot of unknowns. If we're going to be honest, and we're going to look at this schedule honestly, right? It's very easy for me and like LB yesterday to sit there and just put out predictions. People do it all the time. Doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't, because from right now till the start of the season, a lot of things can change. What if the Eagles did go out and sign Steve Nelson? What if they traded for Jordan Hicks? What if they did a few things like that? You're going to see their win increase go up. It's going to happen. Now, maybe they do nothing, and maybe nothing changes. But it's really hard to predict these things. It's fun to do, but take it for what it is. Take it for a grain of salt. I mean, me and LB did it yesterday. I didn't even think that I was going to come out with an 11-win prediction. I really didn't think it, And to me, it's not really a big deal because you're playing an extra game, and your extra game is against the Jets. But when we look at this schedule, I really honestly think, realistically, if we're being honest, okay, and there were a few picks that I probably made yesterday. I'm just going to be honest with you, with my heart. That Dallas game Monday night in Dallas, yeah, I said the Eagles were going to go in and upset Dallas. They might, they could. It's not impossible. But yeah, that's definitely a heart pick, That's a pick that you make with your heart. One thing I know for sure, one thing I'm pretty positive, they're going to sweep the Giants. When I look at the schedule, I think they beat the Giants twice this year. Giants stink. We own them. Just because the Giants beat us one time last year doesn't mean the tide has turned. Now, if the Giants come out and beat the crap out of us twice, then I'll say, yeah, Giants have turned the tide. But right now, off of one win, I can't do it. So Giants are going to have to prove themselves to me. And unfortunately, the way the schedule came out, they don't play us until week 12. We play the Giants week 12 and week 14? Yeah, week 16. I'm sorry. I need glasses. I'm looking at the schedule right over there. But, I think they could sweep the Giants. But I do think, realistically, if we're going to look at this schedule honestly, I think the Eagles are between a 7 and a 10-win team, maybe 11 if things go really, really, really good. But I think somewhere in that 7 to 10, 11-win range is about what the Eagles, it's about to shut off. It's about what they're going to do. Now, when you look at the first 4 games of the season, right, you have Atlanta, San Francisco, Dallas Monday night, and then Kansas City. I don't know what to think of San Francisco. I'm not really that scared of San Francisco, actually. Think about it. They're our home opener. First time in over a year, the crowd is there, energizing Eagles. I like the Eagles in that spot. It's not a crazy pick. I mean, look, I'm listening to these radio guys like 97.5. Look, I love Anthony Gargano and those guys, but man, they're killing the Eagles. They're like they could lose the first 6 games of the season. What? The first 6 games? How are they that bad? I don't think they're that bad. Just if you get Lane Johnson, Brandon Brooks back, and Kelsey, if you get a healthy offensive line, I don't see how that can happen. I just don't, okay? The Eagles, yes, they may have big holes and big areas of concern, but they still got enough guys, enough vets that if they're healthy, I think they could be fine. And let's face it, okay? Everybody that looks at these schedules early and give predictions are basing things on the idea that your team will be healthy during a year. If you lose health and guys get hurt, then of course things change. But if you're going to tell me that the Eagles are getting Lane Johnson back, and they're getting Brandon Brooks back, and Jason Kelsey is there healthy, and they're going to have a healthy offensive line, and Fletcher Cox is healthy this year, and Hargrave is healthy this year, and then you have Derek Barnett, maybe he plays a little better in a contract year, and you still got Brandon Graham and Josh Sweat. You can't tell me that this team is going to win 3 or 4 games. I don't agree. I do not agree. I don't see it. I think that the Eagles, their first 4 games are kind of hard. I mean, Atlanta week 1. Atlanta's not a great team, but playing in Atlanta has been a problem for us. We don't win there. San Francisco, home game, home opener. I love that spot because the Eagles are playing them the first time the link is going to be filled in over a year. It's going to be lightning there, okay? It's going to be lightning. The Monday night game versus Dallas, it's a tough game because when I look at this division, I think Dallas and Washington are the 2 best teams in this division. I mean, if we're being honest, they are. I think Dallas has major problems on the defensive side of the ball, but they have a great offense. Washington has a great defense. So yeah, that's a hard game. And the Eagles could lose that game Monday night. And then you got Kansas City at home. That's a tough game. I don't think you win that game. And then you have Carolina. I mean, you go to Carolina. I don't think that's would everybody be shocked if the Eagles beat Carolina? I don't think it's a big stretch to say the Eagles can't go beat Carolina. I don't think that at all. And then they got Tampa Bay, tough game. Then they got to go play Vegas Raiders. Let me ask you, is it going to be full of Eagle fans or going to be full of Raider fans? Eagles could win that game. They could go beat them. They could beat Detroit. They got the Chargers at home. That's a tough team. I think they're going to be good. But it's at home. They got to go across country. Not impossible. None of these things are impossible. To say, hey, they can win this game, they can win that game. Look, man, it's not impossible. Now, where do I think the Eagles are going to be at? I think, like I said, between 7 and 11 wins. 7, 10, 11 wins. Maybe more so 10 is realistic than 11. Okay, fine. But I think it's possible. The key remains Jalen Hurts. Does Jalen Hurts take that next level? That's going to be the question. Here's what I will say. When I look at the schedule, here's a few things I don't like. I do not like that bye week 14. That is a long time to go. 13 weeks without a bye week, that's pretty tough, man. It really is. I hate playing Tampa Bay on Thursday night because usually the home teams win on Thursday night, but they're the Super Bowl champs. That's a tough game. I wish it was otherwise. It is away, home, away, home, away, home, away, away, home, away, home, away. And so the Eagles really don't have, you get to week 15 before the Eagles have 2 games at home. But here's the thing. Here's the thing people need to realize. If the Eagles are still in this division race, right? Let's say they're still in the thick of things, the last 4 games of the season, 3 of those 4 games are at home. They have Washington, week 15. Now, Washington beats us in Philly all the time. Then you have the Giants at home. Like I said, I don't think much of the Giants. They stink. And then you have week 17. You have Washington again. And then you have Dallas week 18 at home. I mean, that may be a game where you don't even want to win. I mean, maybe somebody's already clinched the division. Maybe they're fighting for the division. The Eagles can be competitive for this division. It is not a great division. And just like the Eagles could be competitive for this division, so can the Giants, so can Dallas, so can Washington. I think Washington and Dallas are the two most talented rosters in this division. I think the Eagles, a lot of question marks, a lot of young guys, and then they got some older guys that got to show that they can stay healthy. The Eagles need right things to happen for them to win 9-10 games. They're going to need some really good things to happen. Like for example, Devontae Smith got to be the real deal, got to go out, got to impact. Rager has to have a much better year. Jalen Hurts has to take the next step. He has to show that he could be a good starting quarterback in this league. The offensive line has to stay relatively healthy. And then on defense, I think your linebackers got to get a little better, and I think your defensive line has to be much better. I think Fletcher Cox has to be much better. The Eagles have some older players on this team. However, if those guys can stay relatively healthy, a lot of them have like 1 or 2 good years left, and the Eagles can be more competitive. A lot of people see 4 wins last year and they think, well, this team just stinks because they only won 4 games last year. But just think about the amount of injuries that they had too, especially on that offensive line. The Eagles can be competitive and will be competitive in this division. The key remains Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts is the real deal, the Eagles could win between 7, 10, 11 games. I really believe that. And part of it is, and part of my thinking is that there's a lot of question marks in this division. You know what I mean? I'm expecting big things from Jalen Hurts. I do. I have a feeling he's going to be better than people think. Devontae Smith. I love Devontae Smith. I love him. And I also love pissing off Giant fans. I had so much fun in my live stream with LB because look, we're talking, we're telling you what we think, but you know, we're taking our little shots at. We knew we were kind of like, you know, pissing off Giant fans a little bit on purpose, just trying to get under their skin, because we own them. We own the Giants. We're gonna beat the crap out of them again this year, and Entertainer's gonna have to eat it, and Bad Dogs have to eat it, and Pizzle is gonna get pizzled. And if I'm wrong, I'll eat my words. You know me. I'll come on here and I'll say, hey, Giant fans, you were right. I was wrong. I say I'm wrong every day. Ask my wife. Every day I'm wrong. You know what I mean? What the hell was I wrong with? She's supposed to go to some, like, shower, right? She's supposed to go to some shower, and it's like, you have to buy some, like, I don't know, nightgown type shit or underwear type shit. You have to buy it for the person. That's what they're saying to bring. I thought you were supposed to bring your own underwear. I'm like, why the hell would anybody want you to bring your own underwear? I go, like, that's disgusting. These people are filthy people. Who the hell are they? And she's like, no, you moron. They don't want me to bring my own. You have to buy it. I'm like, oh, I don't friggin' know. So, you know, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I was wrong. So I could be wrong every day. It don't matter. But I don't think I'm wrong about this. I don't think I'm wrong about them stinking Giants. I hate that team, man. I really hate the Giants. You know, everybody always asks me, who do you hate more, the Cowboys or the Giants? And I say it just depends who's getting on my nerves more. Right now, the Giants are way more annoying than the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys have been good, like not that bad this offseason. It's been crazy, you know. And look, they've got an elite offense. They have a lot. They could talk a lot more than the Giants. They got a better team. Giants, you know, Giant fans want to say Jalen Hurts is going to stink. This is what I keep hearing. Jalen Hurts is going to stink. Jalen Hurts is going to stink. Jalen Hurts is going to stink. Oh, yeah? Jalen Hurts is going to stink, huh? Well, what about Daniel Jones? He stinks, too. Well, Daniel Jones is going to stink. Daniel Jones is going to stink. Daniel Jones is going to stink. What about that? He's got to prove himself just as much as Jalen Hurts, if not more. There's a lot of questions on this whole NFC East. Dallas with their defense, Washington with their quarterback, the Giants with their quarterback, their offensive line, a running back coming back from a major knee injury who's been hurt many, many times. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions with the Eagles, with the quarterback, with the defense. We need help in that secondary, no question. We have a lot of holes. This team is not a Super Bowl contender, but they are a contender in the division. That I believe. Nobody's going to convince me otherwise until they go out and either do it or screw it up. But my hope is that they can play. My hope is that Jalen Hurts can play. And we're going to find out. A lot of Eagle fans think that he's the guy. A lot of people don't. I'm right in the middle. I'm like, there's things I like about Jalen Hurts. I like what I saw, certain things. I like the way the team responds to him. I think he's cool under pressure. I like that he can move a lot better than Fat Man last year. But those are 4 games. Now he's got to go show me he can be a franchise quarterback. So I'm rooting for the guy, but I honestly don't know. In a lot of ways, the Eagles, out of all the teams in this division in the NFC East, is the hardest team to figure out. They're the hardest team to figure out. That's just the way it is. So we'll see. I have another video that'll be out either tonight or early tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. But I want to talk about Jordan Hicks and Steven Nelson and going out and getting one of those guys, and if the Eagles would even be interested in that. Because we got to remember, this front office may look at this upcoming season a lot different than us. So with that said, take care. Talk to you later. And of course, don't be a dingbat. So you know who knows what the Giants are going to do this season? I do. That's right. I'm going to go over the Giants' schedule right here. So the Giants' first 4 games, they're at home versus Denver. Then they're away versus Washington. Then home versus Atlanta. Then they're away versus New Orleans. First 4 games, I see the Giants losing to Denver, losing to Washington. That Atlanta game, they're going to lose in that game. Then they're going to lose in New Orleans. Then they got to go to Dallas. Then they got to go play the Rams. Then they're going to be at home versus Carolina. They're going to go to Dallas and they're going to lose. Then they're going to play the Rams. They're going to lose. Then they're going to go to Carolina, and guess what? They're going to lose. Then, after that, they're going to play the Kansas City Chiefs away, loss. Then they got to come home and play the Raiders, loss. Then week 10, thank God, they're going to be on a bye week. They're going to lose the bye week because they stink. Then, after that, they're going to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers away, loss. Then they play home against my Eagles, loss. Then they play the Miami Dolphins, loss. Then they play the Chargers, loss. Then they got to play the Dallas Cowboys at home, loss. Then they got to go play the Eagles day after Christmas. Merry Christmas, Mother Humpers, loss. Then they got to play the Chicago Bears, loss. Then they finish up with Washington, another loss. The Giants are going 0-17 this season. I love it.